story time, but he knows me. It's almost Halloween night and I'm terrified. No, it's not because of the typical stuff. Something really weird happened last year, and I can't shake the feeling that he's coming back on Halloween night. Halloween actually used to be my favorite holiday, but everything that happened last year changed that. It seemed like any other night. At first, I did my own trick or treating early, and then came back home to help my mom give out candy. We were sitting in the dining room when suddenly there were loud, desperate bangs coming from the front door. My mom got annoyed, thought it was teenagers, and flung the door open. She was right, it was teenagers, but the way they looked froze me in my tracks. There was a boy and a girl, both covered head to toe in blood. Their faces were black and blue, and the look of terror on their faces made me so nervous I felt sick. My mom wasn't buying it, and although the two teens were begging to come inside, over and over she told them to get off of the property. That's when the girl grabbed my mother's arm, looked her right in the eye, and the words that she uttered next still haunt me. Two little words made my mom completely lose all the color in her face. "He's coming." As fast as she could, my mom let them in, closed the door behind her, and announced she was going to call the police. I half expected them to drop the act when they knew the police would be involved, but even as my mom spoke on the phone they still just cried and hugged each other. While we waited for the police to get there, I noticed just how bad their injuries were. It looked like the girl didn't have any fingernails, and neither of them were wearing shoes. It felt like forever, but the police finally arrived, and I thought the nightmare was over. But I was wrong. It was only the beginning. I went into the kitchen to get some water, and what I saw outside of the window left me paralyzed with fear. Standing at the edge of the yard I could see a person. Not just a person, but a man wearing a mask. All I could hear were the words "he's coming" ringing in my ears. I didn't want to accept what I was seeing, so I moved closer to the window to get a better look. Not only was I sure of what I was seeing, but the masked man lifted his hand and waved to me. I yelled for the officers and my mom, but by the time they went out to check, he was gone. I never saw him again, but with Halloween coming up, what if he wants me to replace the boy who got away? He saw me that night, he knows where I live, and I have no idea who he is, but he knows me.